Happy Wednesday evening, everyone. I'm back with another interview. This morning, or this afternoon, I should say, was the amazing Chase Craft. I have another incredible person coming on right now. I'm going to add. Hi, Cindy. And I know people are going to be jumping on here. Why this interview is going to be so. Joe,
Scott,
what's
how
up,
are you?
brother?
What's going on? I'm
I'm
doing well.
great.
How
How
are
are you?
you?
Thank you. I'm
Good.
doing great. Thanks for taking time to do this.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor and a privilege. Thank you.
Absolutely. And, one of the big reasons why, we just finished our training, but more so, I wanted to have you on for a couple of different reasons. One, not only are you, you still have a full-time job.
Yes.
You are that happens to me all the time. Um, uh, you're a full-time EMT paramedic, but
Yes.
also now working towards becoming a full-time network marketer. But the most important thing is you are 23 years old, and it's when I talk to people like you, I start to feel really old, because I'm going to be 40 next month. Because everyone
Still
says,
young.
I wish
Still
I
young.
knew what I. Yeah, thank you, brother. Thank you. And everyone talks about. They say, I wish I knew what I knew now back then. But everything happens at the right time. So before I get into the proper questioning and everything, why don't you just introduce yourself to the audience, a little bit about you, your business background, obviously as an EMT and paramedic, and why did you say yes to network marketing?
So first, again, thank you for having me. So my name is Joseph. I'm
Absolutely.
23 years old, and I am a full-time EMT paramedic. I work at a hospital-based system and also for a non-for-profit agency. And the whole network marketing thing for me is new. Um,
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's actually something that I shared with you when we initially spoke. I don't think anyone ever prepares for a plan B. Whatever they're doing, whether they're a teacher, whatever it is, no one is ever thinking about, hey, what if this doesn't work out? What am I going to do?
right.
And I think the really important thing that I always stress to people is that it's not about there's this misconception that everyone says yes to network marketing to fire their boss, and to, literally, I'm going to, a year in, I'm just going to go like, I'm done. I quit, throw all the papers up in the air. And,
Right.
and that's what it looks like. But, network marketing is a wonderful journey, but it takes time. It's not a get rich quick thing. So,
Right.
what was it about, obviously when your friend asked you, what's your plan B, what was one of the first things that you noticed about network marketing that really had you saying, you know what, this is not a thing. This is not a pyramid. This is not a Ponzi. This is a legitimate profession that I want to learn more about. What was it about what you learned right away?
Results. And, you know, other people who are in the same opportunity as yourself. And
Oh, awesome. Yeah. And at 23 years old, like I mean, I think that's. Oh, Joe, they said people are having a tough time hearing your audio. Is your Wi-Fi connection okay?
I believe so. Can you hear me?
Just yeah, I can hear you, but they're saying the people that are commenting, they're saying they're having trouble hearing you. Is your Wi-Fi okay?
Let me see here. How's that? Is that better?
Let's see. Hold on. Yeah, I think
I
you
took
need.
my
Yeah, you need him. I think you need him in there because it's causing an echo now.
I think. Hold on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would plug him back
I
in.
would plug him back in.
Plug them back in.
Is your dad Anthony by chance?
Yes.
Yeah, he's on here. He's saying awesome. All right, I think that might be. All right, so Joe, just say a little something. See if people can. I know Michelle said it. Just guys, give me some hearts, some
Is it working?
thumbs, and just let us know that you can hear both of us just before we continue, because I want to make sure that you guys really get the full scope of everything. So hearts, some thumbs up, some wow faces, just so I know whoever's on here, just so we know that you guys can hear us loud and clear. Um, but Joe, I think the biggest thing for me is understanding. All right, good, we got some thumbs. Um,
Cool.
23 years old, and you're now doing network marketing. So when you and I connected about 4 weeks ago, yeah, you're still new to the industry. And when you I think you popped on one of my videos, and I was doing a social media training, and you were intrigued about LinkedIn because you knew, and and I think you stated this earlier, that the amount of hours compared to the amount of pay that
Mm-hmm.
an EMS person and a paramedic gets paid is completely just off. And when I
Yeah.
shared with you, listen, you're going to have a higher caliber person on a platform like LinkedIn. Even at your age, at 23, there's people that have been grinding it out for 10, 15 years that would love to have this kind of opportunity. What truly turned you on to LinkedIn after you and I spoke, even before we started working together?
To start, the reviews of other people who have worked with you.
Mm,
Um, and, you know, I've talked around with a lot of different professionals from different industries and opportunities and stuff. And I've asked them about LinkedIn. And the biggest thing that everyone says is, I have a LinkedIn, but I have no idea how to use it. And that was the same thing with me. I had a LinkedIn profile. You know, I think I was able to upload my profile picture. I put in some of my work experience in there. And you know, I checked it every week. I was like, maybe I'll get a message, maybe not. Well, now I know why I wasn't getting messages.
yeah.
So yeah, and that's
So
how it all started with LinkedIn.
so after you and I jumped in, obviously
Mm-hmm.
within the first couple of weeks, you already saw a huge difference. So if
Oh
someone
yeah.
was to ask you, Joe, what are your three biggest takeaways from what I taught you about LinkedIn and how game-changing it is, what would be the top 3 things that you would tell someone?
Number one, the amount of potential that's on LinkedIn is astounding. And that leads me to number 2. And number 2 is that if you know how to work LinkedIn, right, and you know how to go about your daily activity on there, you're going to have conversations with not only real people, but you're going to have real conversations, and most importantly, the right conversations with the right people.
Yeah.
You know, when I'm having conversations, and you know, even if it's 3, 4, 5 phone calls a day, it's with people who are interested. You know, I'm not I'm not spamming. I'm not wasting my time. You know, my efforts and everything I do on there is going to something bigger and better.
I love that.
And number 3 would be, you know, it's one of the most important things, and actually what I find fun and interesting, and it actually motivates me to get up and do it every day, is just talking to new people. You know, having the opportunity and the pleasure to not only network and connect with people, but learn what they do and learn more, and just networking and seeing if there's a way that you could help people together.
So for a millennial like yourself, where typically the numbers, as far as the average age, typically people of your age are hanging out on Facebook and Instagram. They're not traditionally on LinkedIn. So there may be a millennial on here and they're like, Joe, why would I even waste my time on LinkedIn if my, you know, age demographic is on there? Well, I would say this, if I would, and I'm not going to paraphrase, I'm going to speak on behalf of you. If I was talking to that millennial, and that millennial was saying to me, hey Scott, you know, I don't want to just earn income. I want to make ridiculous money in my network marketing opportunity. You still have to go by the numbers. And even though the age demographic, even though the age demographic of those that are on Facebook and Instagram correlate best to millennials, the average income of those on Facebook and Instagram is still $30,000 a year or left. So if you just use that and understand that the people on LinkedIn are making $100,000 a year or more, outside of the average age, if you want to up-level your conversation, if you want to up-level the types of people that you're talking to, it just makes sense. So I want you to speak to the millennials that are watching this and may watch it on the replay, but the everyday person, the busy mom, the busy dad, the busy corporate professional, the busy EMT or busy nurse, how beneficial has it been for you, time constraint wise, with the limited time that a lot of network marketers in the beginning have? Because in the beginning you have anywhere between an hour to 2 hours a day. How important has it been for you to be using a platform like LinkedIn to actually prospect and not post and pray, which what most people are doing on Facebook and Instagram?
So I feel that now, you know, the hour or 2 hours that I dedicate, and some days I have more time than not, but now I feel that the time I do invest into LinkedIn is, you know, I'm going somewhere with it versus, you know, let me post twice a day. You know, I mean, what it comes down to is, are you on there to socialize? If you're on there to socialize, then, you know, go to a different platform than LinkedIn. But if you're on there to do business and have business conversations, then LinkedIn's definitely, in my opinion, now the place to go. A month ago, I thought something completely different, but now LinkedIn is definitely the place to go.
And, you know, so there's a lot of people that would be in your situation, you know, I mean, the confidence that you have, it's just outstanding at 23 years old, because I think, you know, clarity is king. Like when you know what you want, when you know what you want to achieve, and you're looking at, and we talked about this, you know, we're looking at Facebook and Instagram, and yes, will you get a little bit of a bump in enrollments the first month or two using Facebook? Absolutely. But then when you get to month 3 and 4, it really does come to a screeching halt. And to me, if somebody was to ask me, you know, how can you properly define network marketing? And, you know, obviously I would tell people from an emotional standpoint, it's a personal development, you know, journey with a compensation plan attached to it. But even more so, the way that I feel about network marketing is this, Joe. Network marketing is a vehicle where you can create time freedom and monetary freedom by connecting with new people each day and blessing them with the same opportunity that you've been blessed. And the fact is, if people are using Facebook and Instagram, they're literally screaming in the faces of the same people every single day, expecting something different. Susan Dompier, who is one of the rising stars in isogenics, I just finished coaching with her. She sent me a text message tonight, and she literally said, "Holy shit, I have 4 people that are absolutely interested in the opportunity." And she goes, "I haven't even gotten back to the 5 or 6 others that are waiting for me to get back to them. Plus, Lisa Pizanza, whose video I showed you, I actually did a little team training with her last night. She told me she's enrolled. She's actually turned 4 consultants in the last 2 weeks, all from LinkedIn, because the law of numbers support it." So, Joe, talk about this. Speak to the people that are still just using Facebook and Instagram, even if they've only been in network marketing for 30, 60, 90, 120 days. Because obviously now you're able to look into that crystal ball and you're able to say, "Oh my God, you know, I wish I would have known this earlier, but thank God I know it now." What would your message be to that person that's only using Facebook and Instagram, but has the same dreams and aspirations that you do about achieving multiple 6 figures in their business?
Yeah. So if you're only using Facebook and Instagram, yes, like you said, you know, we all have some success from it at, you know, at the very start, and I did too. And I said to myself, "Oh, this is awesome! Like, you know, I'll throw up a post here, a post there, and I'll keep going at the rate that I was going because I started off really well." But it gets to a point where you know, the only comments and likes you're getting are from other people in your opportunity, which is, you know, it's okay. But if, like you said, if you're looking to take it to the next level and rank advance and, you know, and make a lot of money with it, you have to be having the business conversations first. And what ends up happening is if you throw, you know, a post or 2 up here or there, you know, you might get some feedback, but a lot of it is not for the business opportunity itself.
Yeah.
So, you know, when I finally made the switch and went to LinkedIn, you know, now, you know, today, for example, I woke up and it's funny because, you know, at 8 a.m. I had no phone call scheduled. 9 a.m., right, I had 4 phone calls scheduled, and, you know, by 1:30 in the afternoon, I was done with those 4 phone calls.
Let me ask you this really quickly. So,
Yeah.
you know, you said you pivoted onto LinkedIn, but that doesn't mean that you still use Facebook and
Oh, yeah,
Instagram. But and that's
absolutely.
what people don't understand. You use Facebook and Instagram for what they're best used for, which is showing your life, showing your lifestyle,
Oh, yeah.
general inspiration. But your business prospecting, that tool in your tool belt is LinkedIn, and I think that's the misconception.
Yes.
People think when they hear, "Oh, you got to get on LinkedIn," that means they have to abandon ship on Facebook and Instagram.
No.
No,
Yeah, no.
you continue to nurture what's on there. You just have to
Right.
pivot. And just like you said, you woke up at 8 a.m., no calls. By 9 a.m., you had 4 calls, and you got 4 calls in even before 1 o'clock. And everyone, and here, Joe, here's the other thing. Everyone gets so used to getting all the yeses from Facebook and Instagram because you're putting a before and after up, and then someone saying, "Okay, Joe, I'm ready, sign me up." That's not network marketing. That took
Right.
putting a post up and having someone reach out, and then you enroll them. That takes 0 talent. You literally used your thumb and you pressed the post button. But when you can get an enrollment off of LinkedIn where you reach out to someone cold, you start to nurture and form a relationship. You get them on the phone, you have a great conversation, they end up being interested in the opportunity, you send them info, you book a follow-up call, you get them back on the phone, they say, "Yes, Joe, sign me up." That is network marketing. So
Yes.
explain to me from a posture and emotional standpoint, confident wise, how much more confident do you feel as a network marketer using the tools that I've taught you that now you can spread across all the platforms compared to 4 weeks ago before we started?
Amazing. I never saw myself getting in front of a video camera about a month and a half ago. That's the
And now
start.
you're doing videos every week.
And now I'm doing videos every week. This is my first Facebook Live, and I love it.
It's not that bad,
out,
right?
No, it's great.
Yeah, it's yeah. I mean,
Good.
yeah. Your Wi-Fi is going in and out again a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're back now. Your Wi-Fi was cutting
Okay.
out a little bit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it glitched for a second.
So Joe, before we come to an end here, what kind of message do you want to leave with the people that are on here watching live and on the replay? They're in network marketing. And just to give you an example, I work with people at all points. You were just beginning. Susan Dompier is a 4 going on 5-star, and she wanted some help because what I show people how to do with LinkedIn, is obviously game changing. What is your simple message to that person that is committed to growing a network marketing business, is only using Facebook and Instagram, and doesn't know how to use LinkedIn yet?
Call you. I mean, no, seriously. I mean, do you just want to socialize, or do you want to establish a business? And my suggestion and my advice to them is, I would ask them the question of, what do you have to lose?
Yeah.
What do you have to lose? There's nothing to lose. Try it out. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But I mean, if you stick to it and you're committed and you wake up each and every day and you're like, this is what I'm, motivated to do and I'm going to do, it's going to happen. I never, when I first made a LinkedIn, I never imagined having 4 phone calls with random people throughout the day. And it happens. It happens. And it's amazing how many people are like, thank you for reaching out to me. And thank you for taking the time to send me a message. And I'd love to talk to you.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's the person who talks to the most people is going to win, and
Yeah.
and it's the truth. It's funny because most people are complaining they're not happy where their business is, and it's and I always remind people, you're not doing anything wrong, you're just
Right.
not talking to enough people. So Joe, I just wanted to thank you so much. I know this was your first Facebook Live, and I just want everyone to really understand the impact of what Joe is doing, because this gentleman is 23 years old and already saw that he needed to make a move to add a tool to his tool belt. And if you're motivated, if you are committed, there's a woman that I interviewed today, Joe, on my Success
Mm-hmm.
Made Simple show. In her 25 years of being an entrepreneur, she's invested over $1 million in personal development and business tools. That's how committed she's been. And it shows, because she has 4 multiple 6-figure businesses because of that. The best investment that any one person can ever make is the investment in themselves.
100%. Couldn't agree more. Absolutely.
So Joe, I appreciate you, grateful for you and your connection, and I can't wait to hear the trail that you are going to be blazing for other millennials to not be afraid of LinkedIn, because you are talking to people that are 5, 10, 15 years older than you, and you're not
Mm-hmm.
afraid to talk to them because you have that posture and you have that confidence now. So last question before
Yes.
I let you off here. And there's no wrong answer, and I ask this question to people all the time. Now, knowing what you know, what does success truly mean to you?
Being able to wake up and know the path that you're headed down, and being able to vision your future and know what it takes to get where you want to get.
I love it. Clarity.
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 100%.
I love it. Brother, grateful for you. Thank you so much for popping on tonight. And I know this isn't going to be the last time that you and I do one of these, because I know there's going to be many more success stories from you.
Awesome.
So keep doing what you're doing. Keep shining your light. And again, I really appreciate you and taking the time and jumping on here tonight.
Thank you very much and for having me on. I appreciate it. We'll talk soon.
Absolutely. You got it, Joe. Have a great rest of your night, bud.
You too, Scott. Take care.
Bye-bye. So again, 23-year-old entrepreneur. This is someone that works a full-time job, and he's got hours in the day to fill it with phone calls. And again, I always make sure that I know what I do works, but I love highlighting the people that I have worked with, because they're the ones that make my system work. I give them the keys to the castle and they go for it. So you can see this is someone that was not having any calls per week for the business, and now he's having 3 to 4 per day. 23 years old. And remember, what success means to him is clarity, and now he has that. So guys, enjoy the rest of this beautiful, beautiful Wednesday evening. Love you all so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.